Hi, everyone. Good morning. Uh, let me, uh, uh, let's see, I'm trying to stop the computer here. Oh, there. Okay, so, let me unmute all. Okay, so you're all unmuted. Okay, so now the program is being recorded, and this is our 1 hour session, so it's a short session. And I start off showing that video from Amadeus because I thought it was a good intro to the course, given that this course is very much focused on European relations. And that film is from 1984. Maybe you've already seen it before. I don't know. Of course, it was made long before you were born. But it was based on a Broadway musical called Amadeus. And let me see if I can, because I have to, yeah, here's the film, the Wikipedia entry for it. And the reason I showed that film is because I think it highlights all of the points that the director Milos Forman is appealing to in order to appeal to the audience. The German-Italian tensions, the role of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Of course, that's set in Vienna, what was the capital of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Milos Forman was the director, and he died, I think, just this year or last year, he died. And he was Czech. He was a Czech director who left Czechoslovakia when it was communist and came to the United States in 1968. And he became a great director in the United States. And this film, Amadeus, is considered one of the best films ever, according to the awards given to it. And I just noticed in that film how he attempts to appeal to all these pro-pan-European sentiments, right? You even see a reference to Turkey in that clip that I showed you, which of course, as you know, Turkey is a country that has applied to join the European Union, and it has long been attempting to join the European Union. It is one of the founding members of NATO, but it is not likely to join the European Union in the next few years because of the conflict with the Kurds. But Turkey and Turkey's role in relationship to Europe is referenced, is implied in that clip that I showed you. Also, Milos Forman, of course, I wanted to highlight that film also because you saw that this person played Salieri. This actor, F. Murray Abraham, played Salieri in the film. And Murray Abraham got the Academy Award as Best Actor in that film. And it is an amazing film. And the reason I mention it is because I went to Prague for a conference several years ago, about 6 or 7 years ago. And I was riding the subway, and the subway station is an interesting station because the subway system in Prague was built by the Soviet Union, but it was built under the communists. It was finished in the 1980s, before the Berlin Wall came down. So it's a Soviet-Russian style model subway system. I had studied myself in Moscow when I was a student in 1985. So I was very familiar with the subway metro system in Moscow. And the Prague metro system is just like the Moscow metro subway system in Moscow today, which is interesting. Even so, to the point that it's very fast. You know, the stair escalator in the wk2a station is very slow, you know, going up and down. The one in Prague is very fast. It throws you off the escalator. It's so fast. And that's also the same with, I remembered with the Moscow subway system. Anyway, what I wanted to mention was that on the Moscow subway system, I saw a poster for a meeting event with this actor, F. Murray Abraham, coming to Prague. This is, remember, this is only like 2013, not that long ago. And the point I wanted to make was that it shows how these small countries, like the Czech people, I mean, there's only 10 million Czech people in Europe, in the Czech Republic, right? Only 10 million. They're surrounded by German-speaking peoples in Germany and Austria and Switzerland. And they're very sensitive about being a small country, a small nation. They are one of the 27 member states today of the European Union. But they were just so happy that this person had done such a good job as an actor to bring glory and honor to Miloš Forman as a Czech director who went to the United States and became one of the greatest directors in the United States, that they were still honoring him in Prague in 2013. And so I always remembered that. I mean, I really love this film, but the film is old, and they're still, you know, giving him honor and in Prague because he did such a good job in bringing reputation and honor to a fellow Czech, Miloš Forman. So that's just an introduction to our discussion here. I want to go back and talk a bit about, since it's our short class, right? Some of the things that I wanted to remind you of that we have due. And let's see if I can open up the, what's that? Is that it? No, that's not the, I'm looking for the cyber campus, and I don't see the cyber campus available here. So let me go here and let me go to the, whoops, sorry. Let me go, oh, I have to log in just a second, just to show you, remind you of the homework that's due and that is due by Wednesday at 7. I have to go back and share screen here. So share screen, and did it show up? Where is it? I don't see it here. Let me see here, close this. Okay, let me do this one more time, share screen. And well, it's not really cooperating very well here. But yeah, there's a 150-word paragraph that's due by Wednesday at 7 o'clock in the morning, so that I can start looking at your paragraphs. And I see one of you has already sent your paragraph in. And let's see if I can do that again here. And it's not opening up for some reason. What's this? Yeah, that's not what I want. Yeah, it's not showing the cyber campus, unfortunately, even though it's opened on my screen. So maybe if I close some of these things, it'll be easier. Let's see if it works now. So yeah, I want to make sure you send me as a Microsoft Word attachment file and an email your 150-word. Oh, there it is. Okay. Paragraph here, right? And on this topic, to South Koreans, the European Union shows that liberal democratic national governments must cooperate internationally in order to survive. And please use information from the textbook and put in your paragraph the page number where the information you are using is located in the book. Okay, and I already uploaded the notes that I wrote out for the chapter also. So you can see that under material. I go to material here, and you can see, yeah, here are the notes. And so, you know, and I already explained this last class, so I won't need to do it again, but we'll come back to these notes because that's what we need to cover in today's class. And also, oops, stop to share. So I have to go back here, and let's see if I can, okay. Yeah, so there are the notes. And another issue, I sent out a link to a Google Docs file in which I ask you to sign up for a debate. So I shouldn't have closed that. So let me open up my Yahoo account just to show you what I want you to do with that Yahoo, with that Google document. So So we stop share, and now I have to go share screen, and there, okay, so share, and there's my Yahoo account. So you can see, like, I sent to my Yahoo address that link to the Google document that I want you to fill in and sign up for a debate session. So you can see it says screen sharing. So you can see this is what, of course, I sent it from my Gmail account to my Yahoo account. And so you click here, and this opens up. Ta-da! You go, let's see. So one person has already, so Hyoryong has already signed up for her debate on the week of November 2nd, Monday, November 2nd, to be pro on this topic on week 10, right? To South Koreans, the global rise of social media has significantly increased the impact of human rights issues in shaping US and South Korean foreign policy. So you should all write your names in where you choose to participate in the debate. And so what you should do is open with Google Docs like that. And you see this, and you can put in your name here. Let's put my name just for the fun of it. Okay. And I think that's, and so then I can, what do I do now? Do I close that? I think I closed that. Close that. Okay. And then let me close this as well and go back to that and see what it looks like now. And there you see my name. So you can all do that. You can all do that. And I would like you to do that. I need you to sign up for a debate. You can sign up for it next week if you like. That's week 3, but I doubt that anybody is going to do that. But this is Google Docs. You can share a document. Everybody can edit it and change it, and so I would like you to do what I just did there. Choose a time, a week that you want to participate in the debate. Okay, and so you can see it's gone. I put it back. Okay, so you can all do that, and one of you has already done that. Okay, so hold it. This is the wrong. Well, this is U.S. foreign policy. Open up. Yeah, this is not the European Union policy making. This is the U.S. foreign policy class. I didn't send myself my European Union policy making class, but Hyoryong also signed up for the European Union policy making class. Okay, so that's what you should do. Okay. Any questions? No questions? Okay. So maybe I should learn maybe to close some extra files if I don't need them open, because that way it's easier to see maybe. And let me go back to my, yeah, okay. So, and I'll talk more about the debate throughout the semester. In fact, I can talk about it a little bit now. Let me open up another file here. And this is the debate evaluation form. So let me go to share screen. So this is the long file, the big file I sent out if we were meeting face to face. We're not, I think, going to use this if we have the debates online, but there should be no problem having the debate online, right? If you sign up for pro, that's affirmative, right? You're going to speak for 6 minutes, making your argument, and then con speaks second after pro up to 6 minutes. That's negative or con. Then the pro rebuts for 4 minutes, and then con rebuts and concludes for up to 7 minutes, and then pro rebuts and concludes for up to 3 minutes. And I will share host with you so that you can show your screen the way I'm showing my screen right now to you, so that the people that are making their debate presentations, if they have a PowerPoint presentation or they have YouTube clips or a Microsoft Word document they want to show as part of their presentation, they can show it to everybody the same way I'm showing my screen to you. And to do that, I have to share host privileges with people, which is no problem, right? More than one person can host. I just have to activate it so that the debaters, when they debate, they can show their screen the way I'm showing my screen to you, okay? And then I'll ask you to vote on who won the debate and who, did they do very well, okay, satisfactory, not so well, poor. I'll ask you to vote anonymously. I assign the grade on the debate, but I want the student feedback on the debate because I want the students' understanding of what their understanding of how they feel about the debate as I decide how to assign a grade. So you can see, right? Debate presentation is 15% of the grade, and it's, it's easily graded. It's not very, very harsh. It's not very, I know it's a subjective. It's a subjective exercise. I want everybody to have experience speaking in front of a public audience, right? In front of an audience. And so whether it be on Zoom or face-to-face, it's public. And so everybody gets experience participating in a debate face-to-face in front of our Zoom audience. Maybe if we go back to face-to-face at some point in October, we can do this in class, but who knows what will happen. Yeah, this is the, let me see, let me share the debate file that I put up on the Google Chrome. If I can, is that it? Let's see if that's it. Yeah, so, it's not supposed to, it said stop share. I wanted to share here, so share. Okay, there. So there you see, right? This is what I put on Google Chrome. So I'd like you to put your name in where you'd like to participate in the debate. Since we have a little bigger class, 20 students, we can have up to 4 people per week debate. If you sign up for pro and nobody else signs up for con, or if you sign up for con and nobody else signs up for pro, I will debate you. I will debate you. And don't worry, Ho-Ryong knows that often I lose these debates when the students vote. And I promise you will vote anonymously using the survey polling function on Zoom as to who won the debate. So I won't know who voted how because I will make the voting anonymous. So so please do that. And as everybody fills in that file, you can see where everybody else is debating. And yeah, so you can see, and of course, when you write the 150-word paragraph, that's preparation for the debate. That's preparation for the debate because everybody will be thinking about the material in the course for the reading for that week and practice their English and writing out a paragraph so they can ask questions during the debate. You can get extra credit participation point if you ask a question during the debate. And since you've thought about the information by writing a paragraph in English, you've gotten the English words you need to ask a question, you've studied them because you wrote the paragraph. So again, it's more participation experience, more participation experience. And like I said, it's only 15% of the grade. And so next week, or this week, I don't, we're not, this is the second week of the semester. I don't expect, of course, we're not going to have sign up for this week. So we'll do a debate in class on Friday. The debates will always be on the Friday classes because it's too confusing to have, you know, one class on Monday and one class on Friday. I teach the United States foreign policy class. So, you know, and some of you are in both classes. So it's just, so all the debates are always on Friday in both classes. So you send me your paragraph on Wednesday, I'll look at them, send them back my comments, and then we'll have the debate on Friday. So, you know, in Zoom, see you stop share. Again, if you have any questions, please let me know. So if I stop share here, you know, on Zoom it says, you know, breakout rooms. So you can see that, right? Under at the bottom here, share screen. Let me see. So, whoops, what did I do? Stop share. Yeah, you can see down here. I can assign you into breakout rooms. So on Friday, half the class will be, well, half the class will be pro and half the class will be con, randomly assigned to breakout rooms. And then each of you get opportunity to talk and make your presentation as to a pro or con on the debate topic. And then we'll have a poll here at the bottom here as to who won the debate, which side won, pro or con. Okay? It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Okay, any questions? I think I've, yeah, I unmuted you. So, okay, so, okay. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Let me see here. Okay, so, yeah, all right. So let's see, what else do I have here? Let's see. I prepared a lot of information for the week, and I want to get you excited about this class. Oh, another thing. I am going to try to assign you to each of you to a different role to role play in the class during the semester. See if I can find it. Share screen. Share. Hold it. That's not what I want. Let me close this and stop share and say one more time. Let me see one more time here. And I want to share this screen. So let's see if it shares. And it's not sharing for some strange reason. Let me close it then. Let's see if okay, there it is. So you can see this is are the different key players in the European Union. The president of the European Parliament is David Sassoli of Italy. The leader of the Conservatives, the right of center, is a German, Manfred Weber. He leads the European People's Party. And if you're interested, you can always go there and look at the Wikipedia entry for the European People's. Oh, stop sharing. See, I shouldn't have done that because then it stopped sharing. But, well, okay. Okay, so, and then the left of center is a Spanish politician and Progressive Alliance of Socialists and Democrats, a woman, Irtaxe Garcia Perez, and the Greens in the European Parliament are led by this person, Philip Lamberts. And then we also need people to play the Commission, President Ursula von der Leyen, someone to play Vice President, High Representative of the European Union for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, Josep Borrell, someone to play Executive Vice President Franz Timmermans, who's in charge of the European Green Deal, the climate change program to stop climate change, to stop carbon emissions, greenhouse gas emissions. This person, Margrethe Vestager, she's in charge of the internet economy and promoting Europe's digital economy, particularly when confronting the big American giants, Google and Microsoft and Facebook and Apple, and which is Google's part of Alphabet. and Mike Apple's part of Microsoft, and Twitter, and so on. And the person in charge of the economy of the European Union, the commissioner in charge of the economy on the Commission, which of course is in crisis with the COVID-19 pandemic. And then COREPER, the European Council. The European Council is the meeting of the heads of state and government of the European Union. And so the president is more like the Secretary General is a former Belgian Prime Minister, Charles Michel. So we need somebody to be the Prime Minister. Well, that's actually wrong. The President of Poland. That's the President of Poland, Andrzej Duda. French President Emmanuel Macron, Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte, United Kingdom Prime Minister Boris. Well, actually, he's not in the European Union anymore, so we need to cut that out. But well, maybe we can keep that in because it's not really clear. They have to negotiate a new arrangement with Britain, and that's what they're attempting to do now. And then also the Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban, and the German Chancellor Angela Merkel, Spanish Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez, Greek Prime Minister Kyriakos Mitsotakis, and Estonian Prime Minister Jüri Ratas. They are the leaders of the digital economy, one of the leading countries in the digital economy in the European Union. And President of the European Central Bank, Christine Lagarde. So what I would like you to do now, and again, don't be nervous, don't be worried, right? This is just to role play, role play like a game. When we do in-class exercises, we do this in class when we are having face-to-face sessions. I think since I can assign you to breakout rooms on, if you have a question, I can assign you to breakout rooms on Zoom, so it's easy to set up. Somebody will be in the European Parliament breakout room. These people will be in the European Commission breakout room. These people will be broken up or maybe in one European Council breakout room. So it's easy to set up, right? When I ask you to consider a topic. So when I say ask you to consider a topic, I mean something like this, right? So let me open up a file here. Like this. We said the European Union is a peace strategy for Europe. Is Russia part of Europe? How can you have Europe without Russia? How can you have a peace strategy for Europe and not include Russia in that peace strategy? How can you risk making Russia an enemy of the European Union if you really want peace in Europe? These are all big questions. And remember, as you know from your reading, the European Union began during the Cold War in 1951 with the European Coal and Steel Community, when Joseph Stalin was still alive, when the Korean War was going on, when the Americans and many Europeans believed that the Soviet Union might be trying to take over the world, that the Soviet Union under Joseph Stalin might be a Russian type of Nazi Germany, a Russian version of Hitler's Germany. And Joseph Stalin was attempting to do what Hitler failed to do. That was the international environment in which the European coal and steel community began. So, okay, as the years went by, maybe the Americans became different from Europe. I mean, I think that the Europeans, after Stalin died in 1953, the Europeans didn't really think that the Soviet Union wanted to conquer them. The Europeans didn't really fear that, but the Americans feared that. I remember when I was in high school reading in the newspaper, right, the concern that the Soviet Union still wanted to try to conquer Western Europe in the 1970s and 80s. And that the Eastern Europe under communism was a forward base so that Soviet Union could more easily attempt to conquer Germany and France and the rest of Western Europe. But the point is that the European Union began during the Cold War when the Americans believed that the Soviet Union was a dangerous, threatening, expansionist country. Okay, now the Cold War has been over for 30 years. Soviet Union, the Soviet Union is gone. Shouldn't European Union have a new relationship with Europe? Shouldn't European Union have with Russia, I should say? So you see, now we have another problem. Apparently, somebody poisoned one of the opposition leaders in Alexander Navalny, an opponent of Vladimir Putin, and tried to kill him with a nerve poison, a nerve toxin, something like what was used to kill Kim Jong-un's half-brother in Malaysia. Remember? Yeah. And Navalny has been poisoned, and they flew him to Germany, and he's still in a coma. He's still in a coma. So there's more pressure on Angela Merkel, the Prime Minister of Germany, to break off economic contacts or punish Russia for attempting in Russia for attempting to murder Navalny. And there's now underway the construction of a gas pipeline, Nord Stream 2, to link Russia with Germany to supply natural gas to Germany and European Union. Should Germany stop building that pipeline? And that is the topic, right? That is the discussion. So, and of course, Navalny's not the first person to be poisoned. Other people have been poisoned and murdered in Russia and outside of Russia. There was a former Russian spy, Litvinenko, who was poisoned with radiation in London. He died in a hospital in London a few years ago. And a couple other former spies were poisoned with this Novichok nerve agent, and they lived. So that what we would do in class is I would ask you, okay, get into your groups, get into your breakout groups. What is the European Union going to do? And so somebody's playing Angela Merkel, somebody else is playing French President Emmanuel Macron, somebody else is playing the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, and so on. So what I would like you to do now in our short class right now is to vote on, let me see here, on what actors you would like to play. What happened? Are you still there? I think you're still there. I think I lost, I did something, I closed something and it messed something up. Okay, one more time, polling. Okay, yeah, so this is what I need to do. So please pick 3 of these actors. Everybody pick 3 of these actors that they would like to play. Everybody pick 3. 3. And there's 2 of these polls because I couldn't fit them all on one poll. So everybody pick 3. So there's 1 of 20. We need 19 more. 2. 5 more. We need 4 more. 2 more. 2 more. 2 more. We can't spend too much time. 1 more. 1 more. 1 more. Where's number 20? Who knows, right? We'll wait another 30 seconds and then I'll end the poll. And then we'll go to the second poll, which is the other actors. And I'll look at these results. Oh, there we go, end poll. Okay. All right. And so share results. Oh, so 8 of you want to play. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, so I'll have to, okay, and then we go to the next poll. And it's the same question. It's just that it has more actors. So pick 3. Pick 3. Everybody pick 3. Everybody pick 3. Yeah, I know you already picked one, but go ahead and pick another one. Of course, because not everybody's going to get their first choice, because, you know, it looks like a lot of people want to play the president of the European Parliament. Now, only one person can play the president of the European Parliament, so I have to know what your other preferences are in case. I will probably flip a coin, just randomly choose. If, you know, a lot of people want to play Angela Merkel, you know, only one person can play Angela Merkel. So that's why I want to know what your other choices are, so that I can, you know, but I'll probably just flip a coin. I don't have any coins. We don't use coins anymore in this world. Or increasingly, we don't use coins because of we're encouraged to do everything on paper, right? But yeah, I choose randomly by flipping a coin like this. Okay. So one more. One more. Okay, end poll. And share results. So a lot of people want to play Boris Johnson. A lot of people want to play Angela Merkel. Okay, you know, like I said, only one person can play that. So I'll do my best. Okay, so okay, so okay, so stop sharing and close that. Okay, so okay, so let's we just have a few minutes left, and so let's do another poll. Does the European Union equal Europe? There's no right or wrong answer. I mean, we're talking about Russia. Russia's not part of the European Union. Do you have to belong to the European Union to be European? Do you have to want to belong to the European Union to be European? I mean, Ukraine is not yet part of the European Union, but many Ukrainians want to join the European Union. Does that mean that they're Europeans? Maybe a little less European than Poland, because Poland already is part of the European Union? There's no right or wrong answer. It's an interesting question, and it's a question taken from the book, because the book, one of the study questions in the chapter in the book asks if why is it fair to claim that the European Union is Europe? 4 more. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. I just want everybody to participate. You know, you get participation credit. Everybody who participates gets a participation point. And so you have to vote to get the participation point. So if you don't vote, you don't get the participation point. So everybody vote, okay? We need one more. One more. Okay, end poll. So you're saying, okay, so we say end poll there, and so we share results. So it's interesting. You say no, and you know, I don't. There's not a clear answer to the question, but you often come across in books, in our textbook, and other textbooks, and articles, how being European means being European Union, even though Russia has been such an important part of European history, even occupying Paris at the end of the war with Napoleon. Russian troops conquered Paris. So it's something for us to think about through the rest of the semester. What do people mean when they say European? When textbooks on European Union talk about a European foreign policy and a European perspective or a European point of view, implying that Russia is not part of that, because Russia has not applied to join the European Union, not to mention is not a member of the European Union. It has not applied to join the European Union, and it doesn't intend to apply to join the European Union. Although 20 years ago, 25 years ago, there was talk under Boris Yeltsin, when he was president of Russia, that maybe someday Russia might join the European Union. But after Boris Yeltsin left office in 2000 and was replaced by Boris Yeltsin, replaced by Vladimir Putin, ever since, there has not been any discussion, serious discussion about Russia joining the European Union. Not to mention joining NATO. There was a partnership arrangement between NATO and Russia, and it might still be in place, but it's not active. But there was talk, you know, in the early 1990s that maybe Russia might apply to join NATO, but not anymore. And the reason I mention that is because for former communist countries, the belief is throughout the former communist countries that if you're a former communist country that was part of the communist bloc, that you need to join NATO first before you can get into the European Union. At least that's what the Bulgarians would say when I was there, when I was teaching at the American University in Bulgaria, right? Former Bulgarian Prime Minister came and spoke to our students at the American University in Bulgaria and said, Bulgaria has to join NATO before it can join the European Union. To convince the Americans and the Europeans that Bulgaria is a reliable ally of the West. So, okay, so I want to, we only have several more minutes left in our class here for today. And so, what else do I want to highlight here? Let's see, stop sharing. And so close that, stop that, okay. Okay, well, let me talk more about the notes. So let me open up the notes again and go to screen share. Just a second, I have to go to screen share, and open up the notes if I can find the notes. And I think those are the notes, like that, share. And okay, so there are the notes. And so what is the European Union? Is it an actor? Okay, now it's 27 members, not 28, because Britain formerly left. But keep in mind, one of the reasons why it might be good to have Boris Johnson, Prime Minister of Britain, stay in our little role-playing game is because half of Britain's trade is with the European continent. It's with the rest of the European Union. Half, 50%. So if Britain and the European Union cannot come up with a new trade agreement between London and Brussels by the end of this year, then the default is for Britain to become part of the World Trade Organization rules. That Britain's relationship in trade with Germany and France and Italy will be governed by the World Trade Organization rules. And those rules include tariffs and restrictions that don't exist among the member states of the European Union. France and Germany do not have World Trade Organization tariff and trade barriers. No, they belong to the single market of the European Union. But Britain is still in the single market until the end of this year, until the end of 2020. And they have to negotiate a new arrangement between London and the European Union. And if they can't come to an agreement, the default will be, at least as of today, that Britain becomes like the United States or Canada. You know, it becomes just another country in the world that doesn't have any special trade relations with the European Union. And now they're trying to negotiate that now. And it's hard to believe that they won't have some kind of special agreement because I told you 50% of Britain's trade is with the European Union. You know, Britain is only 30 kilometers away from the French coast across the English Channel. So what does it mean for Britain to leave the European Union? We don't know. There's been a lot of speculation. It might lead to the breakup of the United Kingdom. Northern Ireland is going to stay. We don't know the details. They're fighting about this right now. But Northern Ireland, that belongs still to the United Kingdom, is supposedly going to stay in the European Union single market. But not Scotland and not England. And this doesn't make the Scots happy at all. So Scotland is talking about having another referendum like they did 6 years ago on whether or not to leave the United Kingdom because they want to stay in the European Union. Scotland. But there's only 4 or 5 million, 4.5 million people in Scotland. There's 60 million people in England and Wales. So it could lead to the breakup of the United Kingdom, is what I'm saying. I mean, it already is beginning. Northern Ireland is supposed to stay in the European single market, even though it's still part of the United Kingdom. We don't know what that means. It's not clear. They don't know. The British and the Irish don't know. They're fighting about it now. So what is this European Union? What does it mean to leave the European Union? It's not clear what that means to leave the European Union. Okay, so some of these points I've already covered. So we already covered this Constitution Treaty. The European Union is trying to promote the human rights side of the European Union instead of focusing only on the single market. But keep in mind, the single market, the economics and business of European integration, that's 80% of European Union law. But the big emphasis more recently has been on trying to develop the European Union as an arena or as an area that is a leader in protecting human rights for all, including traditionally despised and marginalized groups like LGBTQ people, right? European Union is always promoting LGBTQ rights, right? And of course, Vladimir Putin said, and Russia says, no, gay people shouldn't have the right to vote. Russia is a capital of conservative family values. So that's another reason why Russia is not considered to be part of a European perspective, supposedly. So the European Union is a political puzzle. And it continues to expand. And today it accounts for 20% of global exports and imports. So some key concepts, we already covered some of this. So there are a lot of different ways to try to study the European Union. There's no single theory on the European Union. There are a number of different perspectives, theoretical points of view to take to study the European Union. The theoretical perspective that we adopt or use depends on what we're trying to explain, and on the level of political interaction within the European Union we want to understand, right? If we want to understand, for example, how European Union makes foreign policy, we're going to focus on intergovernmental member state relations within the European Union. If we want to focus on trade and commerce, we might focus more on neo-functionalist theory, right? This is a famous perspective focusing on how as the European coal and steel industry began to integrate in 1951, the efficiency and profits that generated by greater efficiency pointed to other ways you could make more money. So if you're going to integrate the coal and steel industry, maybe you should also integrate the energy industry, because it takes a lot of electricity to generate energy to make steel, right? So you should integrate the electricity generation industry. And you can already see how much money you can save because you're already seeing how much money you're saving and how much profit you're making through coal and steel integration. So it spills over into closely related economic sectors. This notion of spillover, right? Functional spillover is emphasized in trying to explain how European integration expands and becomes deeper, right? So spillover from one sector into another sector, into another sector, and into another sector is the emphasis there. Neo-functionalists focus on the politics of these predominantly economic interests working to persuade and pressure their governments to expand and deepen European integration even further, to make more money and more efficiency and overcoming the obstacles. Remember those fears that, oh, well, you know, Germany and France are friendly today. Who knows what will happen tomorrow? Okay, well, it's 9:50. Today's our short class, so please send in your paragraphs by Wednesday. Liberal intergovernmentalism, that's that focus on intergovernmental relations. That's the dominant perspective today, by the way, in studying the European Union. Does anybody have any questions?
I do.
Yes.
Is there like a deadline where to like sign up for the debates there?
Yeah, go to the link I sent you, and open it up in Google Docs and put your name in there.
So is there like a certain time frame I have to do it by?
Well, yeah, sooner the better. I guess I could put a deadline. Let's say a week from now.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions? Well, if not, then I guess that's it for today. And I will see you on Friday. So please send me your paragraphs by Wednesday morning so I can look at them Wednesday and Thursday, okay? 안녕하세요. Bye.
Thank you.